All right, so you've seen the show, you've played the video game, but what if you were dropped right into the world of The Last of Us? Well, that's exactly what this board game, The Last of Us Escape the Dark, is all about. This isn't just about winning, it's about pure, raw survival. So let's break down what it takes to make it out alive. Yeah, that quote right there, it just hits you, doesn't it? If you stay here, you're done. That sets the tone perfectly. You're trapped. The quarantine zone is collapsing all around you, and chaos is pretty much the only thing you can count on. So the rules we're about to go over, think of them less as game rules and more like your actual survival guide. Because in this game, every single choice could be your last. Okay, so before we dive into how you survive, you should know this game has some serious pedigree. It's not built from the ground up. It's built on a system that's already famous for creating these super tense, atmospheric, unforgettable stories. And that system is the Escape the Dark system. Now, if you've played any of their other games, like Escape the Dark Castle or Escape the Dark Sector, you already know what's up. These games are all about cooperative, story-driven adventure, and now they're taking that incredible game engine and dropping it right into the gritty, desperate world of The Last of Us. And I mean, look at this. The system has the awards to back it up. Best indie game, best dice game. This isn't just some gimmick with a popular theme slapped on top. No, this is a seriously fine-tuned engine that's designed to create a completely unique, high-stakes survival story every single time you sit down to play. All right, so we know the game's got a solid foundation. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. Your world, your goal, and the few precious things you get to carry on your back. So let's set the scene. This is your reality. Forget being a hero. You're just a survivor. You're stuck in a quarantine zone, Fedra is breathing down your neck, and you can literally feel the city crumbling around you. The message is crystal clear. Staying here means you're dead. And your goal? It's so simple, but at the same time, it's brutally difficult. Just get out. That's it. Escape the quarantine zone and make the insane journey to Jackson, this supposed safe haven in a world that's gone completely nuts. That one thing, getting to Jackson, is the only thing that matters. Okay, but what can you bring with you? Well, not much. Your inventory is super limited. You get one melee weapon, one ranged weapon, some ammo, and just 3 other item slots. Just 3. This means you're making agonizing choices right from the start. Is it the extra Molotov or the med kit that could save your friend's life? Tough call. Okay, you've got your goal, you've got your pathetic little inventory. So how does this whole thing actually work? Well, the game breaks down day by day, with each one throwing new challenges and tough decisions right in your face. So every day in the game follows 4 simple steps. First, you move the calendar markers forward, which is this constant, stressful reminder that time is running out. Then, you and your group decide on a strategy. After that, you take your actions, like exploring or just trying to camp. And finally, you draw a chapter card. And this is where the story really unfolds, where all the random, terrible things in the wasteland happen to you. And this brings us to the biggest question you're going to ask yourselves every single day. Do we stick together or do we split up? If you stick together, sure, it's safer, but you're way less productive, you'll find less stuff. But if you split up, you can get a ton more done, explore more places, but you're also taking a huge risk. You could end up facing something horrible all by yourself. There's really no right answer here. All right, you can plan all you want, but sooner or later, you're gonna have to fight. It's inevitable. Whether it's Fedra soldiers, desperate hunters, or, the infected, combat is coming. So let's talk about how you fight for your life. Now, the way this game handles threats is actually really clever. Instead of a bunch of plastic miniatures, enemies are represented by these custom chapter dice. The more dice you see, the bigger the threat. Your job? Simple. Roll your dice to get hits and knock out every single one of those enemy dice from the row. And this is where your character's stats really matter. So let's say you get a chance for a sneak attack. Sounds great, right? But it's a huge gamble. Like, look at this example from the rulebook. You would never want Joel to make a sneak check because cunning is his worst stat. If he fails that roll, it's not just a miss. The entire ambush fails. And now everybody is in a world of hurt. That's the kind of tension we're talking about. Combat itself is super fast and chaotic, which feels just right. Here's how a round works. 1, everybody chooses what they're going to do, melee, shoot, throw something, whatever. 2, you all roll your dice at the same time. 3, you see who hit what. And 4, you remove the enemy dice you took out. You just keep doing that round after round until one side is completely wiped out. So you're going to keep going through that cycle. Travel, scavenge, fight, repeat. But eventually the journey has to end, right? So let's talk about how you win, and more importantly, all the ways you can lose.
And let me be clear, the odds are stacked against you, big time. There is exactly one way to win. You have to defeat the final boss at Jackson, and every single person in your group has to be alive to see it. That's it. But how many ways are there to lose? Oh, let's see. 1, if any survivor's health hits 0, you lose. 2, if you run out of time on that calendar track, you lose. And 3, if Jackson gets overrun by the infected before you even get there, you lose. It is a desperate, brutal, uphill battle all the way to the end.
So there you have it. The plan, the dangers, the rules of engagement. You now know everything you need to know to try and escape. But, knowing the rules is one thing. Actually surviving is something else entirely. So the real question is, when the clickers are screeching and you're down to your last bullet, do you think you have what it takes?